Well, hi. I'm just gonna make noise tonight. I'm gonna talk some shit, but I'm mostly here to make noise. Um, Let me make sure my noise is coming through. How we doing? How we doing? This is fine, thank you. Okay, we have sound. And we have a couple of viewers. Hi. Like I said, I'm just gonna blow a little bit. I'm just like not wanting to engage my brain too tightly on anything. It's just overwhelming the intensity of the stupid out there. uh, anyway, what am I going to play? I don't even know. I have no idea what I want to play, but that's good. I don't like the tuning on that at all. I still don't like that. I don't like the way the reed's playing either. Kind of squeaking. So we decided that if your way of life is going to be like severely disrupted by the removal of the statues of slave keepers, that you can only possibly be either a racist or a pigeon. I think I need a fresh read. I'm not keeping anybody's attention very long. Maybe if I was bitching about trolls or something, I can, I don't care. I really don't care. I'm a crazy old hippie artist, and I have a lot of friends who are also crazy old artists, and we're nice people. We say intelligent things to each other, and we have a lot of fun. And don't hate on anybody unless they're really stupid. And then we don't hate on them very much because it's more fun to be nice to each other. Then one of the support groups, there's been some young trans girls show up with facial hair, sideburns, a mustache. And some people said some really shitty things to them and got kicked out of the group. Like, and when it comes to grooming and attire and such, standardizing them according to gender is kind of silly. There are behavioral things, there are big behavioral differences between men and women, and that's the criteria. At least I live by it. It's like, okay, I don't pass real well. I don't care. My behavior is credible. Hi, Yam Ranch. Thanks for coming. I really didn't want to be talking too much tonight unless somebody wants to jibber jabber. I'm going to jibber jabber around my horn for a little bit. That's not going anywhere. It's so difficult with a single line instrument to lay down a beat and a melody together and keep it going. I can get some sense of the rhythm going and then weave something into it, but I can't keep it up for very long unless I just go jump back down on the rhythm and start honking, conking the beat out instead of a melody. No. Let's try a different key. That's about all I do. It's like I'll play in one key until it's like, okay, fuck that. I try a different key. No. Yeah, then what? Yeah. Yeah, then what? Get back to that tonic, and then it's like, okay, well, now what? Probably help if I actually played some songs. Oh, look, bunch of people. Jenkum? Well, thank you, fans. How you doing, man? What's Jenkum? What's going on? Besides, like, isolation boredom. Oh, well, oh, really? And who? I think I want. Yeah, can we talk live? Well, I wouldn't imagine anybody would have a brain in going anywhere near that shit. How close is the nearest ICU? The buzz I'm getting is that the only people that were really trying to gather were a bunch of Second Amendment freaks. And that Parisa was all up in the middle of it. Some woman. I'm like, why? That's nuts. That's just fucking nuts. I remember and when we gathered in the Humboldt Forest in 1989, you couldn't get to it from Nevada. From we come up through Vegas. I've heard that he's focalizing the phone councils. Well, you couldn't even, that's rough country up there, man. There's hardly any roads. And 70 miles from an ICU, if they have a breakout, they got a problem. Well, somebody's trying to give me some information on the guy. I don't know what to believe, to be honest. All I know is that there's a very active conspiracy to interdict my web presence. They tore up. I went out and I went and spent $50 figuring that my account might be a little better protected at Medium, and they trashed it inside 10 days. Without hardly even one other people got in my face, and I politely responded to them and reported it, and next thing I know, I was banned. They gave me my $50 back. Were they masking? That's just so crazy. Oh well, hey, fuck your personal liberty, man. If you're in an enclosed space, it's stupid not to. If you're in a clusterfuck outdoors, it's stupid not to. And the arguments of personal liberty are just so stupid. I mean, medical science is not a religion to begin with, and there's not even consensus on the masks, except for one thing. The clinical data is showing clearly that masks cut the spread by like 5 times, because they're finding that it's not airborne. It's passed in the aerosol, but it has to be like contact, which is why you don't want to be around people without masks and be touching surfaces. You want to keep your surfaces clean, your hands clean, and a mask on when you're near people. Exactly. They're keeping their distance and they're wearing masks. And the isolation protests, there were a number of clusters, including one organizer died from it. It's just, it's some of this stuff's a no-brainer. I mean, I have some legitimate credential in statistical analysis of medical data. Okay, I was getting paid to do it for a couple of years, Texas, and the Christians are running around saying it's God's punishment for queers, and the queers are doing great because we're used to isolation, especially transgender people. Oh, we got to be alone. Oh my goodness. and hippies and stuff. We're cool with that. We'll just take care of ourselves and be careful. And here's these idiots. The churches, they're saying it's the queers' fault. God did this. And then there's dozens of dead pastors and hundreds of churchgoers. The worst clusters are at church gatherings. There was one family I saw the other day that 18 of them got sick attending a birthday party. And okay, I mean, there's some. They're going to have this big ass fucking a concert festival coming up in Wisconsin. It's going to be just a giant clusterfuck, and they're like, oh, it's just nuts. I mean, like, are you nuts? Darwin approves. Darwin definitely approves. Uh, Survival of the fittest didn't mean the strongest. It was the most adaptable, the one that could adjust to the changing environment best. And you know, that's I've been taking a lot of heat over the biology of race because it's total bullshit. That you know, all racial characteristics are based entirely on environmental conditions. They have nothing to do with anything psychological at all. Everybody works the same inside. We just look a little different because of the angle of the sun and the environment. You know, forest people tend to be like real short. You know, rainforest people tend to be shorter, while the grasslands people tend to be taller. You know, like the Watusi and the pygmy. Uh, you know, seashore people have characteristics in their nose and eyes. You know, adjusting to those conditions. Arctic people. You know, it's all about the environment. It has nothing to do with your like psychology. You know, that's all. You know, there's good and bad in all races. And you know, as we get underneath all the piles of fucking just lies in American history, we're finding out all kinds of crazy shit. You know, I never knew that the Cherokee were slaveholders. They took slaves down that Trail of Tears with them. You know, I'm getting tired of the white scene. You know, I was raised by black mammies and lived in the inner city all my life. And Chicago's the only true melting pot neighborhood. And we recognized that skin color was a factor in our privilege and in relation to the privilege of the people of color around us. But we were also taught that this was wrong and that we needed to level the playing field for everybody. And that, you know, here, Fred Hampton and Mark Clark and them guys, Fred Hampton, you know, it was about, he said you can't fight racism with racism. You need to fight it with racial unity. And you can't fight capitalism with black capitalism. And you have to stand in solidarity together, demanding social democracy. And it's exactly what BLM, the national organization, seems to be doing, is fighting racism with more racism. They got all this divisive rhetoric, shaming white people, blaming all white people for the actions. The program was written by a millionth of the population. You know, they talk about the 1%. Those people were just useless idiots. You know, they're just useful idiots for the true people that are claim to own title to everything. That's only a millionth of the population at best. You know, the heads of the old families is who's really running the show. All the rest of these you know, Donald Trump and his pack of idiots. They're just a pack of idiots to be that they're bucking their heads against a bulletproof glass ceiling. That big club ain't quite as big as everybody thinks it is. It's a really tiny club. And the guys we think are in it are really just useful idiots for the people that are running it. I think I'm gonna blow a little more. I needed to quit right there. Well, hi. What did I? Holy crap! Did you like that, or was? Oh, good. Thanks. Bye. I'll bet you don't even play. Meh. Yeah, I suck. I know. But at least I got the nerve to do it in public, and people give me money for doing it. So, and I feel good doing it, and people feel good when I do it. So, fuck you if you don't like it. I don't care. Let's see what's going on. I'm like, notifications are starting to pile up. Let's see what's cooking here. What a mess. While we weren't paying any attention to anything, Trump went and signed the Trump administration on Thursday released its plan to open environmentally sensitive areas in Arctic Alaska to oil development, overturning some protections that go back decades. That's why we weren't looking. The Trump campaign's been running all these ads in my face all day, and I've been I've been going off on them. Here's one for the protect the Supreme Court. Protected from what? The Supreme Court is supposed to be apolitical, you piece of shit. Imagine what will happen if the sleepy Joe Biden and the Democrats assume power. I mean, like, come on. What president in the history of our nation has called his opponents names? I mean, really? What? How did we get a man like this into office? I mean, this is just like the politically charged decisions coming out of the Supreme Court lately are shotgun blasts to the face of the people who are proud to call themselves Republicans or conservatives, or anti-science, or bigots or racists. That's what the court handed it to them all fucking week long about that kind of shit. They denied a challenge to besides the LGBT ruling, which was a real slap in the face to him because Gorsuch wrote it, and then Roberts signed on it. They got him. They that same day they denied 10 Second Amendment appeals and a challenge to California's sanctuary city law. And just all week long, they were giving it to him. And now he's pissed. So my comment for him was a little butthurt that one of your appointees has turned out to be more committed to the letter of the law than the party line, Mr. Stable Genius. I bet Neil Gorsuch is a real disappointment to you, especially since it's stuck into you so hard on the employment equality ruling that Chief Justice Roberts joined in. Oops, there goes the transgender military band right with that ruling. Let's see what else is going on. Okay, this is a hi, how are you? Okay, that's a little more than the usual bullshit. We can approve that. And yes. This is just totally ridiculous. This is some typical Trumpism. Fuckhead wants to go and have a fireworks show at Mount Rushmore where it's been banned for years. And the Ogallala Nation at Pine Ridge is saying that, you know, they sell fireworks on a limited basis and for, you know, certain times of the year. And the president had to shut off fireworks sales there. I don't know whose land Mount Rushmore is on. The Ogallala or Pine Ridge is further south. They had to cut off fireworks sales because they got a wildfire that got started by fireworks that hasn't been put out yet over on Pine Ridge. So here's a fucking idiot wants to have a fireworks show at Mount Rushmore, and it's just totally like they haven't allowed it in a long time at Mount Rushmore. Let's see if they say anything about that. Stopped allowing it in 2010 because of drought conditions. And they haven't let it start back up yet. I mean, it's like, you know, to be conservative anymore is to be totally a science denier. And you know, it's just the right of the individual and all that happy shit. It's just Ayn Randianism. It's just sick. You know, the totally, you know, these people that don't want a mask. It's like, well, that means you don't care about anybody but yourself, right? I hear that thing about the herd, and they're even calling it herd immunity fest. This is fucking nuts. Defiance of health experts. Rock Festival goes down in Wisconsin this summer. It's going to be July 16th to 18th in Ringgold, Wisconsin. 15 bands over 3 days at the QNC Expo Center, whatever the fuck that is. Yeah, this is like, and this is where everybody said, you know, they're all jonesing for live music. Music in itself is great, but the live streams, as I'm sure you all know, it's not the same. We need live. Feel it to the bone. Run shivers up your spine. Music with people around us. Take us all away on a trip that unless you have felt it, you won't understand. So it's our honor to bring you this mini fest. Let's make it fun, safe weekend, and let's be kind to each other. Spread the word by sharing the event and invite your friends. Right. That's like the biggest Darwin Award trial of all. And what's this one? Oh, here's another campaign ad. Here's fuckers official Democrat corruption accountability survey. It's like corrupt politicians like Joe Biden, Adam Schiff, and Nancy Pelosi can't hide behind their friends in the fake news forever. The American people deserve to know the truth about what Democrats are up to. My team is sending me the results first thing tomorrow morning, so be sure to respond now. It's some idiot named Brad Pascali. Please compete. And it's like, excuse me, but Republicans get busted for corruption and sexual contact, misconduct at least 10 times as often as Democrats. I mean, like, it's just plain as day that the Democrats don't fuck up anywhere near as much as the Republicans do. Never had. Hey, Militant, not much. I'm just jibber jabbering now. I was playing earlier. I'm probably going to cut it off too. I'm tired and a little hoarse. Oh, looky there. That's the turn you had. I don't want to really share. This is lovely. Here's some guy in some Ku Klux Klan wizard. White, proud, and with superior genes. And he spelled genes Jeans. Yeah, my genes are like kind of pull. Oh my! Ah. The House approved the D.C. statehood bill today. That's Ellen Thomas said she got arrested in 1986 over the statehood. They've been arguing about it that long. Okay, I don't know about the slave. A picture of Mike Pence taking a picture with a greasy, oily-looking gay guy. I have a feeling it's Photoshop, though. Oh boy, yeah. I'm too tired to be doing this. I'm just gonna be yawning and shit. Yeah, that's about the size of it, man. But the Democrats, from my experience growing up in Chicago, the Democrats like to line their pockets, but they take better care of the people, and they don't loot the treasury as badly as the Republicans. They just don't. They leave the treasury in better shape than they got it. Every single one of them since Carter. And the Republicans have come along and looted it every single time. And you know, the Democrats don't get caught as easily because they're not as flagrant about their ripoffs. I mean, because they're more concerned with just, you know, profiting a little bit on getting things done, where the Republicans are just greedy fucks. Since 1999, the Pentagon's misplaced $21 trillion, and in the same time, the billionaires have stashed that much offshore. And they're all worried about communism. And then fucking Florida decided they're going to ban the bars from serving alcohol on the premises for on-premises consumption is banned from Florida bars. Can you see that? Drunken Florida men everywhere. How old's this case? They're 2 million people signed a petition to get them to open up this case where this fellow, Elijah McClain, a 23-year-old, got killed because he would look suspicious. And all he was wearing a ski mask because he had anemia and would sometimes get cold. He got killed in August of last year trying to buy iced tea for his brother. And they just, the governor just signed an order to reopen the investigation. 2 million people signed the petition. You're going to see there have been, cops getting fired immediately for doing shit. Just right there, bam, okay, you're gone. And the police departments aren't getting away with it so much because, our mayor came down on the TPD this week for covering up an in custody death for a couple of months, where it was a mental health call, and they went and squashed him just like they squashed George Floyd, and covered it up for a couple of months. It was a Hispanic guy, mental health guy. He's had a mental health problem, and I don't know. I don't remember the details, but something went wrong, and they sat on him too long and too hard. And same as Floyd, he's begging for water and air, and they just squashed him. And chief tried to resign. The 3 guys resigned. The 3 cops quit before they could get fired. Because she's on a warpath with mayor over this one. It's like, they're gonna. The Tucson police has been. I spoke about it the other night. Tucson police have been spending too much money on SUVs and AR-15s and body armor, and a lot of important community services are lacking. There's no call center coverage 24 hours for non-emergency calls, and they don't. They have no cybercrime team, and I'm not the only victim of cybercrime in town. And they have no crime scene investigative unit either. So if there's a property crime, which is the most very common type of crime in this town, there's a property crime they never investigated because they have nobody to investigate. Well, shit's going to stop. You're seeing it all over the country where groups of police are coming together and denouncing what Chauvin did, and the mayors and police chiefs going toe to toe over stuff like that, oh, nice. We got another anti-environment guy that Trump wants to nominate for the permanent public lands chief. This is stupid. Here's some redneck yahoo. That's 29 thing. Get rid of Algebra 2 in high school and replace it with financial fundamentals. Teach kids about careers, not just college, salaries, credit, budgeting, taking out a loan, investing, college debt, buying a house, filing taxes. Well, how about just designing the exercises in the Algebra 2 courses to be those kinds of equations. You need Algebra 2 to do all those equations. Some of it takes calculus to crunch it out, like investment stuff. You need calculus for that, because it's a multivariable integration. Let's make America more stupid. That spells you're out of here, dude. Bye. That's what that fucking spells. Who else? Oh, and here's an idiot. Sundin, you're a fucking idiot. I'm not a man who thinks I'm a woman. I'm an intersex person, and you're just a homophobic asshole. So goodbye. You know, I'm under no obligation to. Hello, Music Biz. How you doing, man? I'm under no obligation to conform to anybody's standards of masculinity or your femininity. I'm what I am. You know, I'm not a guy, and I'm not exactly the same as I'm not at all the same as a cis woman. But I'm a female person. Sorry about the penis. If you can't deal with that, hey, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. What you think of me doesn't matter to me. So all I gotta do is hit the ignore button. It's like, bye. You don't exist anymore. Let's see what else is cooking. $9,000 new cases in Florida yesterday. 44,000 here. How many today? Let's see what's going on. Okay, today is over. We're into a new day. They do the reporting by GMT time, and it's after midnight there. So we're up to 2,552,956 total cases. Total deaths 127,640. A million have recovered. 1,356 active cases. 15,765 critical. But Harris County is reporting to be at 100% of their base capacity in the ICU right now, thanks to spiking. We're up to 7,713 cases per million population, which is second only. It's behind. Ooh, Qatar is in really bad shape. 33,000 per million. Chile's got 13.7 per million. UAE, Kuwait, 10,000 per million. But other than that, we're about the highest. Bahrain, 15,000. Nice to know that we're like neck and neck with all the shithole countries. We're up to 386 deaths per million. And fucking Twitler was saying this morning that our deaths per capita are among the lowest, when in fact it's in the top 10. The highest is Belgium. I don't know what the hell they did there, but they're like way ahead of everybody else. They're 840. Sweden's 523. France is 456. Italy's 574. Spain is 606. UK is 640. And we're at 386. Yesterday, There were 47,000 new cases, but not a whole lot of deaths. There were only 663 deaths. But it's going away. Yeah, yes, Twitler, it's definitely going away. What did I miss? Okay, well, bye, Bale. I really don't care. I just totally don't care. All countries are shithole countries as far as I'm concerned. There are very few that aren't. Cuba's cool. Denmark's cool. Iceland's cool. All the Western countries are shitholes because they're fake democracies. And then you got the ones I was calling shithole, branding them. They're all fucking dictatorships. So if you don't want to, you don't like my language, hey, bye. Yeah, you don't have to block him. I just really don't care. I just don't care anymore. I'm okay with me. My friends are okay with me, and I don't need new friends. I got plenty of old friends. I don't, I get friend requests on my TJ account, and I can't accept them from people I don't know because of the safety factor. The fucking idiots. Oh, you only come here because we're your only friends. It's like, no, I go there for intel gathering. Bighorn Fire. Oh shit! Now they're going. It's getting east of the. Oh fuck! What a mess. This just keeps jumping valleys. Now there's evacuation notice for areas east of the range. Bighorn Fire started up near Catalina, and it's just been jumping over the valley rims. It's so hot, and they can't get in there because it's so rough. They can't even drop fire jumpers on it. Smoke jumpers can't even get in there. This is a shitty map. I can't really see anything on it. Oh, it's evacuation. Yeah, they're talking move. Let's go. Get out of there. Let's see where it is. Oh fuck! It's all around Mount Lemmon. Holy shit! All around Mount Lemmon. Mount Lemmon, Soldier Camp, and Willow Canyon. I've got to go. Evacuate order. What a mess. Now the CDC is saying that Redfield is saying that our best estimate right now is that for every case that reported, there are actually 10 other infections. No. Oh, Jesus. Bye, asshole. Incredible. Huh. That's just silly. I think I've had enough for one day. I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming. See that? See that? The tie-dye? That's a dress. I actually own a tie-dye dress now. I haven't tried it on yet. I'll have to do that for our next stream. Happy day. Thanks for watching. Bye.